Belal Muhammad didn't hold back after Sean Strickland's loss to Dricus Du Plessis last night. He went off on Strickland saying he sucks and didn't even deserve that title shot.
Recap of the pay-per-view. The impersonator got exposed once again. I don't know if his fans don't really watch his fight, or people are just like confused when they just hear this moron talk and they just listen to the stupidness that he says, and they're like, oh man, he must fight the way he talks. He has to be crazy. Like you said, he's an impersonator. When he gets in the cage, he's scared. People will say, oh man, he's so calm, cool, and collected. He fights like a scared dog. He does not want to get hit. He doesn't want to get in the trenches. He doesn't want to go to war. He doesn't really want to get hit. Like he's afraid of it. He's fearful. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his eyes. Even when he walks out to his stupid song, he wants to act like he's tough and cool, but it's not. And even after the fight, where you just got exposed again, you embarrass yourself, you got beat up for 5 rounds, and it's, oh man, fans, I do it for you. I'll break my nose for you guys any day of the week. Shut up. He's selling you guys, and you guys are buying it. He sucks. I've been saying it forever that he sucks. He's not good. He's not a champion material. You can't jab and tip your way to win title fights. They're all close decisions. There's nothing dominant about him. He's awful. I'm glad that we don't even have to hear him on the stupid mic anymore, because his biggest success is fight weeks, when people will comment about the stupid stuff he says at media day, and people want to hear more outlandish, stupid, racist stuff because they know he's going to go crazy with it. That's the most exciting thing for him, because when he gets to the fight time, he sucks. And I'm glad that Dricus exposed him, broke his nose. Yeah, now we don't have to see him or hear him anymore.
Sean Strickland has issued a statement regarding his loss to Dricus Du Plessis last night. In a video posted on Instagram earlier today, Sean claims that Dricus broke his nose in 6 places.
Hey, what up, guys? We've been here once or twice. I'm so grateful for your guys' support, man. You guys are so awesome. Win or lose, you guys always ride, and I appreciate you, Dricus. Fucking hats off, man. Hell of a fight. Broke my nose in like 6 places. Silver lining is your nose is so broken, it's really easy to reset. So, it was a new experience. But, I'll be quick. I get so many messages from fans, friends, family, like, hold your head up, it's okay. And you guys, man, like, I'm good, dude. Like, losing sucks, but, like, we all lose in life. And I talk to so many people, whether they lose their job, their girlfriend breaks up with them, and they just find themselves in this hole. But, like me, I love the misery. Like, I love the suffering, because when you're miserable, when you're in pain, when suffering, the moment that's gone, and it will end, and there will be a new day, a better day, life's good. So, I'm grateful, and being grateful kind of keeps my head up. And, for you guys going through it, look at me, just, broke my nose in front of millions of people, fucking sucks, lost a fight. And I still gotta wake up tomorrow, hold my head up, and be like, hey man, it's a new day. Gotta sack up and be a man. So for you guys going through it, look at me, and I hope that fucking your day gets better.
After Sean Strickland's performance against Dricus Du Plessis last night, there's been some serious backlash. Khamzat Chimaev took to X to share his thoughts, calling the fight the biggest bullshit with some yawning emojis. Dean Thomas also had harsh words for Strickland. He said Sean isn't living up to the tough guy persona he often talks about. Dean pointed out that while Sean talks about going to the death, his style doesn't back that up in the cage. He also felt for Sean's coach, Eric Nixick, who was seen urging Strickland to be more active in the later rounds, only for Sean to completely ignore him. Dean said, we just have to admit it now. We have to admit it, Sean Strickland is not who he says he is. He is not who he says he is. We want him to be something. He wants to be something, but he's not that guy. He's not the guy who's going to go to the death. He didn't go to the death. He didn't even go deep. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be where he's at, but he's not who he says he is. We've got to admit that. That's my point. As a coach, I feel for Eric Nixick, because I know what it's like, and I don't even want to go and be in that situation again. I know I'm hard on Sean Strickland. I know it, but it's because I'm cheated. I feel cheated by you. I hear about these gym stories, these wars that you get into. I hear about how great you are, and then you go in these fights, these high-level fights, and you give us that. You cheat us. He didn't back off. He really tried to knock Sean out, Even in the 5th round, he did everything he could to make that fight exciting. He didn't have a willing dance partner. You jab and you kick, and I know you're capable of much more. We want to see that. That's what I want to see from Sean Strickland. I don't want to see him jab his way to losses. I want to see him give me what he's capable of. I want to see the full potential of Sean Strickland. Dricus Du Plessis says he's down to fight Alex Pereira. However, he stated that his priority is to fight Khamzat Chimaev first. Dricus is hoping Alex defeats Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313.
On the mic at the end, you took it and walked straight at Alex Pereira. It seemed like you sent a message to him. There was something online that he challenged you to come up to 205, and you said deal. Is that true? What happened backstage?
Yeah. He came up and he said, did you challenge me? And I was like, I did the whole show. I did the whole movie scene and everything. And you're like, did you challenge me? That's kind of, I mean, that's anticlimactic, but sure, yes. And I said, yeah, I did challenge you, but I did, I have the world's respect for Alex Pereira. I think he is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. I have the most respect for him, what he's done in a short period of time in the UFC, to come from another sport, what he's done there. But yes, I want to share the octagon with that man. I want to be a guy. I've beaten Adesanya. Who's beaten him? I know I can beat him. And at 205, 100%.
So Dana was also in here, and he said, that possible fight against you and Khamzat would also be pretty massive at this point. So if it were up to you and he came to...
No, Khamzat's first.
Khamzat's first?
Khamzat's first. No, I wish him... I said, please beat Ankalaev. No hate against Ankalaev. I just want to beat Alex Pereira. It's nothing personal against Ankalaev. It was just... Pereira, he's such a legend in the sport to me already, that it would be amazing to beat him for my legacy. I want to be the greatest to ever do this. But Khamzat's next. Khamzat is next. I want to make sure that this belt, the middleweight title, that there's no question that I'm the GOAT.
Dana White also praised Sean Strickland for his professionalism following his loss to Dricus Du Plessis. Dana also cooked the Australian media industry, calling them the biggest pussies he's ever seen in media in his entire life.
Your take of the fight, and how do you view it?
I agree with you. Sean is usually really good at shutting people down, and like Izzy, when he fought Izzy felt like it looked like he couldn't get into a rhythm, and he was in his face, pressuring him the whole time. Feels like that was what Dricus did. I'll tell you something fascinating that I noticed tonight for the first time. I don't know why. See if you noticed this. So Sean Strickland, the way that he acts leading up to fights, right? Normally when you have people who act the way that he acts, you see signs of it in a fight. Who is more focused, professional, and solid in a fight than he is? When he gets hurt, no sticking out the tongue or no, that didn't hurt me, anything. The guy stays focused, keeps coming forward. There's never any hint of how he acts outside the octagon when he's in there. Absolute professional the whole time. It's actually fascinating. I don't know if I've ever seen that with a guy who acts the way he does leading up to fights.
It must just be his happy place or something.
Huh?
It must be his happy place.
I don't know. Or this is all, you know what I mean? I've never seen a guy so solid and professional. Gets his nose broke, snaps it back into place and keeps fighting. Gets hit with some nasty shots. When he gets hit with big shots, he doesn't start shaking his head and doing all the goofy things that people like that do. I mean, you can go into any combat sport and you've seen it. Nobody is more professional during the fight than this guy is. It's fascinating, actually.
And obviously all the media and stuff and the outrage, obviously you laughed about the other day with what you put on your story with the newspaper, which...
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, most of us do. It's ridiculous. We don't even like the paper here. But
listen, for a place that is so tough and the people... Everything on land and the water can kill you. You have the biggest pussies I've ever seen in the media in my life. I saw a story where a guy was like, I saw Dana do a podcast with the Premier and it physically made me sick. Holy fucking shit. You guys have to have the biggest pussies of all time in the media here.
After defending her title against Tatiana Suarez, Zhang Weili made it clear she's eyeing a move to the flyweight division. She expressed interest in challenging Valentina Shevchenko for the chance to claim a second world title.
Dana was in here and he said that your team was waiting for him in the back, and earlier this week you had said if it was up to you, you would go up and try for a second belt against Valentina. Dana said he was going to talk to your team after. I'm curious, did your team and Dana talk after his scrum?
Yeah, let's talk with data later. But I think everything is about timing. So if there is a good time for both of us and to make this fight happen, it happens.
Magomed Ankalaev had some words for Alex Pereira last night. Magomed challenges Alex for the light heavyweight title next month at UFC 313. He posted this to X following UFC 312. He wrote, "This guy keeps traveling and he forget he will be fighting for his life March 8th. He will never be the same after this fight. At Dana White, mark my word." He followed up with, "I never want to hurt someone in my life like I want to hurt Alex. He is a fake humble boy." He ended it off with, "I've been climbing mountain, chopping wood, swimming in freezing lake, and Alex has been dancing and making video like TikTok chick." After UFC 312 last night, Daniel Cormier shared some details of a conversation he had with Alex Pereira. Following Dricus Du Plessis' call out of Alex, Cormier revealed that Alex responded by saying Dricus is too small for him. For DC's full breakdown of UFC 312, check out his YouTube channel, link in the description.
Sean Strickland knew that he needed to do more, but he never could get started. Dricus Du Plessis, the man in the octagon, he calls out Alex Pereira. I told Pereira after the fight, I go, "He wants you, Pereira." Pereira goes, "He's just too small." Seriously, Pereira goes, "This man is just too small." You know, so Alex is huge, though. I mean, he looked massive compared to Dricus. And I love that Dricus has these big goals. I just think that he still has work to do at middleweight before he starts thinking about going up. Khamzat Chimaev being problem number one. But watching Dricus today, I don't know that Chimaev just drives across the mat and takes him down. He's so good at what he does. It feels like the music's super loud tonight. Right now, opposed to the way it usually seems loud, right? He's the man. Dricus Du Plessis is the man. And once again, proved that. This guy, it looks like it's going to be very difficult to get the belt off of him. I know Chimaev has a massive following and people like him. He's been dominant. I just don't know that he has ever seen anyone like Du Plessis, even speaking to Dana in the octagon. We were talking about the greatness of Du Plessis.
Dricus Du Plessis shared his thoughts on what's next for Sean Strickland, and he thinks a rematch with Israel Adesanya is likely. Dricus said he's looking forward to that fight and believes Sean will come out on top again.
You think about, where Sean Strickland is going to be going next. I don't know if you like matchmaking, but do you think there could be a good fight for him to maybe potentially work his way back up? Or what do you think's next for him? Apologies for the topic.
That's a very interesting... I know what's going to happen next. I can almost guarantee you what's happening next. Is there any bet that he's fighting Adesanya next? Yeah, I just thought of that, yeah. Imamov, no ways. He's already shown that he beats that style every time. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Rob. Oh, he said Rob only has a blitz. Oh, that would be great.
I think his specific words were Rob was a can. He might have
Yeah, but you said Rob was a can. That's very different than Rob is a can.
Correct.
He said Rob was a can when he fought Khamzat, which is completely different to Rob is a can. But he did say Dricus beat Rob and Rob only has a blitz. But that's only like that. That'll be like, nah. I think the Adesanya rematch will be amazing. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, there's gonna be a fight night main event. I know it.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.